All right, thank you, everybody. And see, the thing is, Kyle thinks that I was actually just texting and not paying attention, but I was really just stealing all of his ideas. So it worked out in my favor. So hi, everybody. If I don't say it out loud, then you're gonna hear it in my voice. I'm obviously very, very nervous. It's not natural to be on stage and talk to an amazing group of people like yourself. So let me saw it for a second, because I will get nervous. What I wanted to start with is, I know you all have an opportunity to be elsewhere, but you're here. You're here investing in your business, you're here growing, you're here learning, so I thank you so much for taking the time for your business to see your growth. What I want to go ahead and do is talk a little bit about who we are, why we're here, and how you too can actually be here. For those of you who don't know me, just about 30 seconds, my team and I are about 30. In the last few months, I grew from 8 agents to about 30 agents, and the reason being is because I recognize the importance of actually leveraging growth. And today's entire presentation that I'm going to present to you today is about maximizing your growth potential, success through design. The number one thing that you're going to get here from amazing individuals like Tristan and John and Sarah is structure. If you have structure, then you move towards opportunity. But if you don't have the mindset and you don't have the willingness to slow down, to speed up, to recognize what your business is missing, there's no way that you're going to grow. Would you guys agree? Right? So you have to start with mindset. I am constantly asked every single day, Zandra, how do you do it? I have a 10-year-old, I have a 7-year-old, and I have an 18-month-old. Last year, March, when I gave birth to my daughter, I almost died. I was in the hospital for 2 years. 2 years, oh my goodness. 2 days, and then an additional 10 days, 12 days total. I developed something called postpartum preeclampsia. My entire pregnancy was healthy, and all of a sudden, I was downhill. I had no opportunity but to rely on my team. So I started my team to make sure that if for any reason I was human, I had other people that I can rely on, where they felt empowered, but most importantly, they felt welcomed, appreciated, and acknowledged. So what we're going to go ahead and do today is we're going to focus on a handful of items that I am guaranteeing you right now that if you can get this structure down, you will most certainly be able to move forward with your business. And I'm trying to figure out which way I'm pointing. I have to use the actual center here. Maybe not. Put it up there? That's what it was. Perfect. Okay. So I'm a huge note taker. That's one thing about me. If you know me, Zandra's very organized. I'm very much in love with highlighters and being organized with the way I present things. So go ahead and write these down, and I will tell you why. I can speak very fast, but most importantly, you're going to be able to get a handful of takeaways from the core. The core that we will be discussing today is your mindset. As Tristan just advised you, that if you don't start with the top of mind mindset that you can and you will do it, the only person who can do it is yourself. The only person who can't do it is yourself. And if you're in your own way and you're creating that blockage of opportunities because you don't believe in yourself or you feel like, well, I don't have anybody in my corner, no one's cheering me on, perfectly fine. But at the end of the day, you're the only one that's going to be able to do it. Mindset. Vision and goals, we'll dive deep in that. Structure, which is very important. My favorite, which is time management. And last but not least, responsibility. The saying is, no one ever injured their eyesight by looking on the bright side. I'm probably the most positive person that you will come across. I'm confident to say any agents that are not on my team, they left in a transitional relationship in a way that I wasn't the best fit for them. They might have not been the best fit for me at that time. But you're constantly growing. Sorry. Constantly growing. And what that really means at the end of the day is that you have the ability to, sorry, can I get someone to help me with this really quick? I'm going to fell through. You, at the end of the day, have the opportunity to say, okay, if I respond in a reactive way, I have the opportunity to say, okay, it's going to get better or it's going to get worse. And in the end, looking on the bright side in whatever circumstance that you are dealing with, you're going to be able to see that there was a lesson behind it. Personal goals. When you talk about your personal goals, do you think about things that you need to do for yourself or for other people? Personal goals are not entirely always about yourself. It could be about helping other people. Every morning that I wake up, my responsibility is not just to myself, but to my team. My responsibility to my business is to make sure I put other people first. Your personal goals need to continuously allow you to strive to want more and to want better. So ask yourself, when you think about your personal goals, thank you, Michelle, what exactly are you doing for yourself? How are you growing? How are you learning? Your personal wealth, the money that you're getting from your business, are you putting it back into your business? These are things that you guys know that you've heard many times, but what truly are you doing to see the opportunity to grow within your business because you decided to make a smart decision to invest back into your business? If you have the scarcity mindset, you're going to always be chasing the shiny object. You're waiting for the next deal to come through versus just putting out the goodness in your business, helping other people grow, and seeing the rewards come back to you because that's exactly what you're doing. The servant leader. Personal wellness. What are you doing for yourself that allows you to actually feel good, to speak to yourself? Are you starting with motivational quotes in the morning? Do you have daily affirmations? What exactly are you doing to invest in yourself with personal wellness? And then the greater purpose. Simon Sinek's book advised, what is your why? You hear this all the time. Well, what is your why? I can easily say when I almost died last year having my daughter, my why was realizing that time is limited. You can't control everything. In this business of sales, in this business of entrepreneurship, you don't have the opportunity to control everything. So the things that you can control depends on what you believe you deserve, what you give is what you get, and most importantly, if you have the idea of always having a brighter side mentality, the mindset will shift you moving forward no matter what. Because whether you gave the best for the day, whatever the outcome was, you should be happy for what you've done. I know every night at the end of the day, I can say I sleep on a clean pillow. I haven't lied to anybody, I haven't cheated anybody, and haven't stolen from anyone. Can you say that? In this industry of always chasing the paycheck, always chasing the opportunity, are you proud to say, I didn't do anything shady in my business? And I'm going to get somewhere with this. Vision and goals. This is the way I do life. And you have to take this in and really implement it. I can tell you everything you want to hear about the business and how my team and I of 8 did 149 transactions last year while pregnant with my 3rd child, to 250 units between probably 12 people. Now I have 30. But you have to be very granular when it comes to your vision and goals. This is the acronym this is the abbreviations that I like to use when it comes down to SMART. Be specific. What exactly do you want from your business? If you cannot create a culture for yourself in your own mind and in your business, how are you going to expect other people to follow you? If you're not specifics for what you want and the desires that you believe that you deserve, then it's just another thing that you're putting on your to-do list. Be very specific. I truly believe in vision boards. I like to see things. I like to bring it to life. I like to cross things off. I'm a highlighter and a to-do list type of girl. I like to see that my day wasn't just busy, it was also productive. Measurable. What am I talking about? Measurable is, what exactly does that mean for you? Can it be measured in amount of time? Are you creating weekly goals, monthly goals, quarterly goals, yearly goals? If you're not breaking it down that granular, you're missing the opportunity to grow. Attainable. Right now in the position of your life, who do you have helping you? Who do you have in your corner cheering you on? Who do you have there helping you reach the next best step? Because if you're the only one pushing yourself and challenging yourself, how true to that attainable direction and opportunity will you reach that measurable and specific goal? Realistic. I have agents come to my office every single day. They'll tell me what they want for the business, and the way we do partnerships is just that. You don't work for me, I don't work for you. We're going to grow together. I want to know exactly what you want for your business, because at the end of the year or the quarter, when you and I sit down again, we'll be able to measure were your goals realistic in the first place. You wanted this for yourself. I'm not here to pull you. I'm here to help you, be by your side, and help you reach that goal. Who in your life do you realistically have that's pushing you? If you're constantly your only cheerleader or you're constantly the only one that's holding you accountable, how are you going to move forward in your business? And last but not least, timely. At what point in your life do you want to reach these measurable goals? This may sound silly to you, but you want to know how we do almost 150 million a year, almost 300 units at times, is because we're very specific with our visions and goals. And I don't create any goals for anyone. I help them create a vision, I hold them accountable, and we're smart at planning our business. And so taking this smart way of thinking through your visions and goals will help propel you to move forward. All right. Structure. The golden circle. This is my favorite thing that I love to talk about. Why do you do what you do, and what's the purpose? Everyone will always say, well, I'm in business because I love helping people. I'm passionate about it. I want to help people and make good money. Great. But if you're not making money, that means you're probably most likely not helping people. You still matter in this. You have to be honest with yourself. When you plant the seed, does it grow overnight? Absolutely not. If you rush your goals, if you rush this vision, you're going to give up. And that's exactly why 80% of our businesses as a realtor don't make it past the second year. What exactly are you doing and why? What's the bigger purpose? Yes, my children is my why, but my number one why is a team, family members on my team and the partnerships I've built to be able to see how much I've been able to help them grow. Okay, I have an agent on my team that has been in the business for about 2.5 years. And I'll tell you, from getting her license, from studying to taking the test, going out there working and just grinding, everyone asks her, how do you do it? And she literally says, I just did what Zandra told me to do. There's no secret success. There's no secret to the success. And so what I would like to do at this point is I would actually like to recognize that agent. This agent on my team is one of many that are amazing, but in 2 years of business, she's been able to produce already about a little bit over 40 closings. And so if you guys can help me congratulate Diana Robles, 2 years in the business, and she'll do about 50 units this year. Love you. Okay. Why do I do this? The reason why I do this is not just because I want to do it out loud, but if you don't have people in your corner acknowledging the hard work, the amazing achievement that you're doing, whether it's 2 deals or 45 deals in 1 year, 2 years in the business, she too has 3 children. She too has a crazy busy life. If I can do it, if she can do it, all of you guys can do it. Next one, how do you do what you do? How are you doing it? You're just showing up? You're deciding to wake up when you want to wake up? We have role plays 3 times a week on our team. We have accountabilities meetings 5 times a week. Now, we're not in person, but at 9 a.m., we're on a phone call, and we're talking to each other. 30-second huddle. Tell me your biggest win from the day before, and what is your main goal for today? I will tell you right now, you have someone calling in, it's just like the gym. They're waiting for you to come onto the phone. You're going to tell me what your win was and what your main focus for the day is. It completely changes your mindset. It really does. The type of team culture that I have, no one can pay for. It's true, it's honest, it's respectful, and most importantly, loyal. The loyalty to themselves. Not to me as a team leader, but to themselves. It's their dreams, their vision, their goals. I just help them along the way. And last one, what the hell do you do? Do you even know what you do? That's a silly question, it sounds like. But 30-second elevator pitch. If you were in an elevator right now and you heard someone on the phone talking to their mom that they're overpaying $3,000 a month for rent in a downtown condo, you have 30 seconds to sell yourself. How are you going to do it? I challenge every single one of you guys. Video record yourself and see how you sound. Look at your face. Look at your body language. Are you selling or are you informing? If you do not know your 30-second pitch, then how are you expecting to see your business grow? You have to also believe yourself. If you don't believe yourself, then how's anybody else going to believe you? Growth needs to be intentional. Growth doesn't just happen. Success leaves clues and luck follows motion. You've heard it many times, but you have to put in the work. You really do. All right. That being said, time management, my favorite. This is how I'm able to get so much done. I still myself, with now 30 agents, will close between 45 to 60 deals every single year. I have. The first 3 years, I was an individual solo agent. I did about 40 units on average. Then I created a team, and we're 3.5 years in. And for the past 3.5 years, we've always been top 1% team in the entire county. The reason why I tell you this is not to be boastful, but to tell you, because of the time management, being able to hold each other accountable, but most importantly, with purpose. Success is linked to behavior, execution, strategizing, and the ability to build and sustain confidence. Are you confident with your business? One thing about me that I can tell you is I'm very positive, yes, but I always am playing around. I'm the biggest jokester. If I can scare you every single day, I would obviously do that. It's just something that I love to do. And the reason why I tell you this out loud is because it keeps you on your toes. They don't know if I'm in the corner, hiding out, waiting to scare you, if I'm watching you do what you're supposed to be doing. It's just something that I love to do. I'm a huge prankster. But the reason why I bring this up is I'm confident in my team for what they're doing in their business. I don't have to micromanage, they show up. But again, you're gonna have to want it. And if you want it, I want it for you. Tasks must be qualitative and quantitative. It should be updated and put into action. So having your to-do list every single day is absolutely imperative. I know exactly where I'm gonna be next week Thursday at 6 a.m. I know exactly where I'm gonna be next week Tuesday at 4 p.m. If you do not know your schedule in advance, you're wasting opportunities. I'm gonna go ahead and follow my calendar and know. If I have a prospect on the phone that wants me to sell their home, I can easily close the deal. I can tell them exactly what time we can meet, when we can meet, and what exactly to expect. Write down tasks so you can visualize and execute. The one thing you'll see here that is an ongoing item is that I'm very visual and I cross things off the list. How many of you guys have a to-do list that has 200 things on it and maybe 2 or 3 things are checked off and you're like, man, I gotta get to it. If you're not gonna get to it now, you're not gonna get to it later. So the rule of thumb is, if I can give you any takeaways from today, is a time management. You have 3 weeks to build your calendar, 21 days, 3 blank 7-day calendars. On the first week, you're gonna put in everything that you think you're doing, everything that you should be doing. That whole week, everything that you've done, circle everything you've done and cross off anything that you haven't done. Next calendar week, all the items that you've done, add them back to the calendar. But then look at the items that you crossed off and ask yourself, why exactly did I not do them? Was it because of fear, laziness, you ran out of time? The rule of thumb is you're not just not supposed to do it, you can move it to another time. Now, the 2 weeks of going back and forth with the things that you've done and the things that you haven't done, you move everything that you've done to week 3, and now you have the realistic calendar of what you're actually going to do. If you're not with me, I promise you right now, it's going to change your business. If you're able to really visualize what you're doing with your time and how you're doing it and the structure behind it, you're gonna see how you too can do an average of 40 deals a year. If you wanna do more, great. If you only wanna do 10 or 20, whatever it may be, you have the ability to control that calendar. Break tasks down into quarters so they are scalable and allow for smaller milestones to be celebrated. You should be proud of everything that you've done already. You might not have all the closings that you want for the entire year, perfectly fine, but you still should be proud that you showed up, that you went after your dreams, and even though you might have gotten no's along the entire way, every experience created a lesson. If you're not learning from that experience, then you're allowing your ego to get in the way. And you know, 100%, that's the #1 thing that we all need to rid of in this business. Nothing at all is promised, and no one owes you anything. So stop expecting everything to be handed to you and work for it. Last but not least, create a clear vision to reach or exceed a goal. The clear vision when it comes down to time management is also personal evaluation. Are you allowing yourself to have time for yourself to celebrate? With each closing, are you just doing your social media post, or are you slowing down and saying, you know what, I deserve this massage. I deserve this half day off. I deserve these nice pair of shoes. Whatever makes your heart happy, Celebrate your wins. And even though your better half or your partner says, well, why are you spending that money? You just made that money. Because you matter too. And if you don't remember that, you're going to see that the only person, again, who can do it is yourself, and the only person who can't do it is also yourself. The last thing here is responsibility. Prospecting for success, your ultimate goal. If you are focusing on a specific area or a specific farm, great. If you're not, you should be. You need to try to be the neighborhood specialist. Wherever you live, you need to try to be the specialist to go to in case you run into a neighbor. You have to know your market. Every morning, wake up to knowing your zip code. The number one thing I tell agents when they ask me, Zandra, what's the number one thing you suggest for a new agent to do? My number one suggestion is learn your zip codes. Because when you meet someone and they say, well, do you know La Mesa? Do you know Mission Valley? Do you know downtown? You can easily say, yeah, 92102, 91941, 91913, Chula Vista Southside, or are you looking more towards Rancho Del Rey, 91915, Old Time Ranch? If you know your zip codes, it propels the opportunity to move forward. It's the easiest, simplest thing that I always give away. Pursue your market in the way that you would want to be pursued. Stop selling. Inform people. Tristan was just up here. It's all about social media. You're scared to get on camera. Oh, well, I don't have time to do this. You guys, there are so many people out there that are willing to be hired as an intern to be your help. Help them help you and motivate them to go after the dream versus just telling them, oh, no. You don't want to get in real estate. It's too difficult. Oh, you don't have $2,000 for startup? Just don't think about it. Help them along the way. The people in my corner that I'm loyal to from all my vendor partners, I'm loyal to them because they were loyal to me. They believed in me before I believed in them and before we believed in each other. Last but not least, own your market. Own your market in a way that you're confident that you can walk into that elevator and pitch exactly why they should hire you, why they should buy in that area, and most importantly, that you are the specialist.
We're going to improvise for a second while they bring this up. Is my mic on?
Yes, we can hear you, buddy.
Good.
Everybody can. You actually don't even need a mic. Come on, we know that already.
So, at least I've had the opportunity to go to your office, and what stood out to me immediately is we all can build this thing differently.
Yes.
And when I got there, it feels, so people sometimes think there's a formula to building a real estate business.
Right.
And I know your magic ingredient, it's authenticity. Yes. It's passion and authenticity. I've probably seen you cry like 5 times in the first 10 days I knew you. And
you guys, I made a really big business decision, so it's difficult.
It's, but I go to your office meeting, I'm like, man, this is different. Like, it's like people are just like kicking their feet up, and it's like family and hugs, and people are.
I'm Islander.
It was really, it was very touchy-feel, right? But it was authentically you.
Yes.
And I'd love for you to just dig into that a little bit more, because I don't think, you might be listening to me say that and just think it's something to say to fill in time while we get this video running, but she's that same way with her clients, don't you think? Right? She's that same way when she's recruiting to her team, which also ensures that she has the right people. Mm-hmm. What do you feel, if you could extrapolate on that, in terms of you being different? Maybe I already answered the question. Okay. I should have led off with Zandra. What makes you different?
I would say I don't ever want to put myself in a position of trying to remember what I told someone. If I just live a life of authenticity and be real, then I don't have to ever wonder, like, what did I tell that agent and what am I doing now? Because it's just across the board realness. And I lead from the heart. I do. I don't expect my agents to do anything that I won't do personally. And so I will tell you, being authentic, and sometimes the people that come into your life leave. That's not always a bad thing. It allows us to see the growth and allows us to see what we can and can't get better at, and being just true to ourselves.
So it looks like we have